something that's been incredible in my life as far as unleashing my potential and really helping me succeed at my daily tasks is meditation. I want to tell you a little bit about how I do it because it's improved my life in such incredible ways. Getting out to nature is something that's really cleansing. Even if it's for a few moments, the vitamin D is going to increase your serotonin. You're just going to feel better in general being out in nature because you're away from media, you're away from distractions, and you're just alone with where you came from. Just being there, smelling the fresh air, hearing the birds, it reminds you that you're human. And I feel like we forget that sometimes sitting in front of the desk. We feel like machines. We feel like drones, really. Even if we're doing what we love, we can get so inundated that we forget what a beautiful and precious life this really is. Meditation is one of the ways that I've really been able to unleash a new me. And being a type A person, this is important because a lot of the times my brain is going, and suddenly I realize I have a lack of focus or a lack of clarity. And meditating brings me back to my core values and it helps me realign with what's important to me. So I spend about 5 minutes. I could spend 25, but I haven't been able to allot myself that amount of time every day. But it's very simple what I do. So I detach myself, I bring myself to an area where I can detach from media and anything else that's going to distract me. I make sure that it's a time when people aren't going to be coming in and out of my home or needing me. I love to do it in the morning, but it's very much a personal thing. When is the best time for you when you're going to have limited distractions? Start out by closing your eyes, getting into a comfortable position, and taking 5 deep breaths with your eyes closed and looking upward. After those 5 breaths, you're going to feel just kind of a relaxation and an oxygenation of your brain, and you're already going to start to feel better. But here's what's going to make you feel really good. The next 2 or 3 minutes, just sit and focus on reasons that you're grateful, reasons that you have felt love in the past, things that you love, ways that you've been successful in your life. Are you a good parent? Are you a good friend? What do people praise you on? Think about these things. Maybe even just choose one as you sit down to meditate and let that feeling of gratitude and love rise up in your heart. The next 2 or 3 minutes, it's time to connect with the divine and just ask God for what it is that you want. And state it clearly, state it specifically. And then open your eyes and state what it is that you allow yourself to have. And then release it. So an example of this would be closing your eyes, 5 deep breaths, and saying, I like to talk to God, and I just say, thank you so much for this beautiful ivy in my backyard. It's growing, and the veins that are going through these plants are gorgeous, and they're pure, and the color of green is so deep and it's just so lovely. Then I think of kissing my baby's face and what it feels like to get a genuine hug from my husband, different things like that. And then I follow it up with saying, God, please help me to be creative when I'm teaching my daughter in her homeschooling today. For example, it can be in any goal that you want. Then I say, I now allow myself to be creative and to be an excellent teacher to my daughter and to be bonded to my daughter. So be it. It is done. And essentially that means amen. And amen is a release of those things that cause you worry or cause you frustration. And that is the most important part. Because if you pray about it and think you have faith for a minute, but then worry about it all day long, that's not really release and that's not really faith. So the important part is that you do ask specifically for what you want and then release it and understand that your God is big enough to do anything that you can possibly fathom. And that this moment in time that you've taken for yourself is going to clarify your mind. It's going to sharpen your thought. And it's going to train your subconscious to do those things naturally that are going to get you success in your life. I hope that you have a blast with this meditation. Hopefully this is helpful, and I love you guys. Have a great week.